But all right, so overall,
I'll keep
why
it
did
short,
you hate it?
I'll keep it short and sweet. Words to describe Inglourous Basterds: slow, boring, aimless, anticlimactic. Acting was phenomenal. Christopher Waltz
Your
as...
score goes last, by the way.
I know. Christopher Waltz... Christoph Waltz, he deserves an Oscar nomination for that role. He did a phenomenal job. Brad Pitt, phenomenal job. All the acting was good. I hated the story because it was the exact same story that he kind of put out that you knew from the beginning. 2.5 some odd hours long, divided into half-hour segments of just them sitting at a table the entire time talking.
But the conversations were
they were kind of fun, but they weren't that Tarantino. It was not Reservoir Dogs. It was not Pulp Fiction. I didn't find them that funny.
See,
I just did not like the
lines.
The conversations I did not feel were that funny in that Tarantino aspect. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, okay, this movie's not going to be about killing Nazis the entire time and being brutal. It's going to be conversations, but I didn't think it was that enticing. It didn't draw me in. It didn't draw me in like a lot of Tarantino movies have. Reservoir Dogs from the start tied me in. I just did not get tied in at all with this movie.
See, I like the conversations, and I think part of the conversations
I like Christoph's conversations.
I liked all the conversations. Yeah, I think the one conversation where they kind of lost me was the very end of the fourth act. Not the very right before the shootout. They kind of lost me there, but even then...
I got so lost in the bar scene. Yeah, it was cool at the very end when, I'm not going to give it away, but when, the scene finally ends. But it's like 45 minutes, and I'm just like, where is this going? Where is this? It's a bad movie when you're looking at your phone the entire time going, okay, I gotta get to the office.
But they told you what's going to happen. I mean, I don't feel anything happened.
And that's where they screwed up. That's where they screwed up. You knew how it was going to end. You knew where it was going. And, yes, I know you guys were also on the edge of your seat waiting for the climax. Okay, they're finally at the cinema. It's going to go down. I was just like, okay, when are they going to get to the cinema? When is this going to end? It's 2 hours long. Where else are they going to go with this? I can respect it for what it was. It was very... You definitely saw a Tarantino stamp on it. I will give it that. But easily my least favorite Tarantino movie.
Well, would this have anything to do with the fact that you're German, Brandon?
Oh, absolutely. I cannot stand how Germans were portrayed in that movie. I mean, my God. Technically, I'm Swiss, you bastard.
All right. So
no, that had nothing to do with it. I wanted to see it more because I was like, okay, I love World War II movies. I mean, every World War II movie, Germans get their asses kicked, basically. I've seen them all. I love them all. What do you have to say? No emails?
No, there's 3. 3, keep going. Anyway, all right, so we'll get them. So anyway, folks.
I'm not saying don't go see it because I'm curious to see what other people say. I've heard nothing but the best. Every person I've talked to says they love this movie. I'm curious to find one person who didn't like it. So if you are out there, please email me and let me know your viewpoints.
Yes, I mean, if you didn't like Inglourious Basterds, then go ahead. But otherwise, I think it's time we bottom line and then give our scores out. My score is, pretty much what I will say is this was Tarantino through and through. And with that said, I give this movie a 4 out of 5. I had so much fun watching this movie. I had so much fun with the characters. And like I said, the trailers were a little misleading. It wasn't so much about the bastards, but it was overall just this fun movie. Very gory, very bloody. A Nazi gets his skull bashed and very graphic.
You see it all.
Yes, you see it all. Hell, the ending, you see a lot. But otherwise, just a phenomenal movie. And there's not much more I can say about it. Everything about it was very Tarantino-like. And if you're a fan of Tarantino like I am, then you can't go wrong with Inglourious Basterds. Just be prepared. There's a lot of reading you're going to have to do if you don't speak French or German.
Bring your glasses.
Yes, bring your glasses. There's a lot of reading, but you're reading the conversation. I thought the conversations were a lot of fun to read. What about you, Shop in the Cinema?
I did not walk into this film expecting it to be good. I was not looking for this film. Tarantino's has sort of been on the downside with me as I enjoyed the DVD version of Death Proof. The theatrical version I thought sucked. I hated Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. I think those are some god-awful films. And so Tarantino had some redeeming to do with me, and he did it quite easily. Easily the best dialogue in any film I've seen this entire year, and hands down, one of the best 5 films I've seen this entire film as well. So with that, after seeing it, I couldn't really watch this movie and not hand it anything else besides a 5 out of 5.
Holy crap.
Is this the first time you've given a 5?
No, I gave Star Trek a 5.
Wow.
So your second 5 this year.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it was very close for me, and then I thought I still had more. I enjoyed District 9 more, and I just gave District 9 a 5. So if District 9 represents the end of the scale for me, then and I guess what movie have I given a 1? Year 1 would represent the end of the scale. Mm-hmm. Then right here is where Inglourous Basterds was fall. So easy 5. I mean easy 4, but 5 out of 5. That's crazy, Mr. Shaman of Cinema.
That's impressive for you.
I can't name anything that I thought was too bad about that film. I love the dialogue. I love the action that was in there. I love the setup. I love, the entire movie. I was not bored the 2 hours and 45 minutes I sat in that theater at all. I really wasn't. So, yeah.
Well, for my score, let me tell you a little story. After knocking you last week, I got dragged to The Time Traveler's Wife last night by my lady friend, and that was 10 times better.
So, but scratching back then Inglourious Basterds, though, what did you think of The Time Traveler's Wife?
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
Bottom line, 1. I think The Goods was better than Inglourious
Whoa!
Basterds.
Ooh!
I'm sorry.
Ouch!
Tarantino, I still like you. I did not like Inglourious Basterds, though. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Let's see. Let's actually see.
Oh, there it is! Numero uno. I think that's the lowest I've ever given one. Actually, no, I gave your 1 a 1.
Yeah,
Didn't
I think so. We hated year 1, but either way,
But,
folks.
but to go on that note,
But hold on, what's the average?
What's our average score then? That gives us an
5, 4, 1.
That gives us an average of a 3.5 out of 5.